You can call me Princess.
Hello Toy Collector fans, Universal Toy Collector here and welcome to the channel. There you go, that was my one-off Foosh inspired intro. Join me today as I talk about the Power of the Force figures and also give you details on the 200th subscriber giveaway. Okie dokie then, so here we go. So what I have here are figures consisting of Wave 1 of the Power of the Force Star Wars collection, and these were released in July of 1995, and this wave consisted of Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, R2-D2, Luke Skywalker, the Stormtrooper, Darth Vader, C-3PO and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through these figures and give you my thoughts and opinions on them. So give us a couple of seconds and I'll focus on the first couple of figures. Okie dokie then, so first off we have Luke Skywalker. Now Luke Skywalker, he was released on the orange card only, and I think you'll find that he is the only figure in this line that was only released on the orange card. So this is the American style card here with Star Wars Power of the Force. A little picture there of him, Luke Skywalker. And then on the back of the card, I might just turn it round, you've got all the other figures that were available in the wave, as well as a bio of Luke. And then you've got the vehicles that were also released in the wave as well. But here, looks like it's got, I think that's Chinese. It's got a Chinese sticker on there as well. So I hadn't noticed that until I've looked at this like right now. So that's pretty cool. I'm not too big into variants on cards and figures. I know there's some people are. This one here is the Italian card, and this was kindly gifted to me by BOE, the Blacked Out Ewoks. So really very much appreciate that, my friend. That is awesome. So here we have Star Wars there, and then Star Wars in Italian. I think that's GIG there with the Kenner logo at the top. And at the back, you've got some more information there about Luke and the other figures in the wave. Now, bearing in mind, it had been a long time since I'd seen any Star Wars figures in the shop. When I heard news that they were releasing these figures, I'd have to say I got pretty excited and thought, yes, brilliant. More Star Wars figures. Great. Unfortunately, when I actually got round to seeing the figures, I have to say I was a little bit disappointed. The card at the time I thought was pretty bland. It wasn't the Star Wars card backs that I was used to as a kid, and the figures, oh my god, I mean, even today they don't hold up too well. They do look pretty awful. I have to be totally honest there. I although I collected these when they came out, I wasn't impressed at all with the moulding and the big muscles and stuff like that. I mean, Luke definitely needs a leg day session. I mean, his torso's just ripped and it's just ridiculous. He looks like he's got a P on his shoulders for a head. And the accessories, the lightsaber wasn't too bad. But this, what's that? It's like a grappling gun there. It just wasn't the Luke that I really wanted. Or the Luke that we had as a kid. I mean, even the basic 5PO8 figure that we had back in 1977, in my opinion, was better than this. But I have to say, over the years, I have grown to like these figures.
Yeah, I think for me they hold nostalgia, as in for just how bad they are. Now I have what I call the original Kenner 12 in the Power of the Force line. I'm very much doubting that I will be adding to those. I wanted to get these specifically for this video. So yeah, this is Luke again. You know, what can I say? He wasn't great, but yeah, here he is for the purpose of this video. So yep, give us a few seconds and I will get the next character up. Okie dokie. So then the next character is Han Solo. A little bit of wear and tear to this card. I got them off of eBay, but I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, so this is the European Tri-Logo card. Again, you've got the picture of Han there in his pose with his blaster. Tells you what accessories he's got just here. And then if I can, make a mill of it, turn the card round, and there you go. The rest of the information there on the back and the rest of the figures in the wave. Now again, pretty much like Luke, he's not great, is he, to be honest with you? He's in that fixed position. He doesn't stand that great. I don't like the way his legs bent. Again, torso too big. The gun is way too big as well, and he's come with this other blaster as well, which I don't recall him ever having. But yeah, again, not a great looking figure. I don't want you to think that I'm just going to come on this video and just bash these figures. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on them. Like I said, I collected these when they came out because it was Star Wars. But now I've got rid of the whole of the collection at some point in my life, and now I've just got these 12 figures. And like I say, this is a nostalgia pull, and for me, it's a nostalgia pull just because of how awful these figures were and currently still are. Anyhow, that's Han Solo. Couple of seconds and I get the next one up. Okay, so next up we have Chewbacca then. As you can see, here he is. Looks very much like a werewolf. But there you go, what can you do? Again, the card's not in the greatest condition, but I'm not too worried about that. There's a BT stick on there. BT's was a toy shop back in the 90s in the UK. £3.99. Oh, how I wish figures cost that much these days. But yeah, again, I think heavy on the torso. Don't think he was too much taller than the other figures, so he's pretty much the same size. The card, the picture in there, comes with his bowcaster heavy blaster rifle, and on the back you've got the more information, and like I say, the rest of the figures on that in that wave. But yeah, overall not too impressed again. But again, nostalgia tug. But yeah, like I say, he looks more like a werewolf, and I don't really have sort of like too much more to say about that. So I shall crack on with the next character. Alrighty then, so the next figure we have is Darth Vader, and he's on the original Star Wars Power of the Force card. This is definitely the American version. Picture there, Darth Vader, lightsaber and removable cape. Oh yeah, because they're the plastic ones. So there you go, information on the back there, pictures of the figures and the vehicles that you could also get. I got this one for $15. It's marked up as 15. The guy in the States marked it down for 10. So I was happy with that. Out of the figures that I've shown so far, this one is probably been my my favourite at the moment so far. Again, he's a bit heavy on the torso. I quite like Vader from the 1977 line. He had the vinyl cape. This is just a hard plastic cape, which is in a fixed position. Again, the posability, well, it's 5 POA, isn't he? So there you are. That says that all, really. Not much posability. Not too keen on his stance. But again, he looks pretty jacked. And I think that's a running theme through the whole of this line, as it stood when it first was released back in 1995. So yeah, Vader, probably my favourite figure so far. Let's crack on. Okay, so here we have the Stormtrooper, as you can see. Again, Star Wars, Power of the Force on the orange card. Picture there. Stormtrooper with blaster rifle and heavy infantry cannon, which is there. The gun I felt was fairly decent. Again, too big for the figure itself. They were kind of oversized. He looks fairly decent, and when these are loose, they don't look too bad. But again, they've got that fixed sort of like posed position with one foot in front of the other. The arms are slightly bent at the elbows, but like I say, the only articulation they have are the legs, the arms, and the noggin. Again, body is far too big for the head. That helmet is far too small. And there we go again, the back of the card with the information and the rest of the figures with the vehicles that you could get. Yeah, I wasn't really into army building. I had probably 2 of these just to flank Vader. That was okay for me at the time. Yeah, I kind of like this figure, but by today's modern standards, these aren't great. And to be fair, I really do prefer the original Kenner figures. I think they're more to scale. The weapons aren't as big and clumsy as these. But, you know, I suppose it was Star Wars at the time, so me being fairly younger than I am now, I would have snapped these up just for the fact that you could get Star Wars figures in the stores. Any case, let's crack on. Okie dokie then, here we have R2-D2. So this side we have the Italian version of R2-D2, and he is called C1P8. I'd never noticed that. I've literally just noticed that. C1P, is that 8? Yes, C1P8. How bizarre. That is very bizarre. Yep, so this is the Italian version. Italian there and Star Wars there. Again, this was kindly gifted to me by BOE, so again, thank you very much for that. And here we have the Star Wars Power of the Force card, the American card. So this has light pi port and retractable leg. So there you go. So I'll just spin these round, see if there's any differences on the cards at the back. Yes, there is a slight difference in the way the information is displayed, and we have the pictures of the vehicles on the American card, and you don't have on the Italian card. Now, as figures go, this is my favourite of the current wave so far, of wave 1. This looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, this was the best figure they did, I think, for this wave. Yeah, it's got a nice chrome top there. I think that's fat metal. And yeah, like I say, the leg retracts and stuff like that. So I was really impressed with this. And this R2-D2 does display really well. And to be honest with you, I don't think he's aged too badly compared to the other figures. He looks to be in good proportion. To how he should be. He hasn't got like skinny little legs and a massive chest. That just wouldn't work with it on R2. But yeah, I'm happy with this. This is by far my favourite figure of the wave. Anyway, let's crack on with the next character. Okie dokie then. So the next figure we have is Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi, again on the Italian card, kindly gifted to me by BOE. And we have the American version here. And again, I'm not going to show you the back because it's exactly the same as the R2-D2 I've just previously shown you. Obi-Wan Kenobi, lightsaber and removable cloak. Again, the cloak comes off at the back, and it's that hard plastic cape that he's got. Yeah. I mean, this one I think is more proportioned. I think the head is a little bit too small again for the body. And what I have here, I've just noticed as well, because I'm good at noticing things like that. Just move these closer together. I've got the long saber here and the short version lightsaber there. So awesome. Again, I didn't know that. So not only is there a variation on the card, but a variation on the lightsabers. So again, BOE, really appreciate you getting me that. Thank you, mate. Totally unexpected. But of all the human figures, I think at the moment this has to be my favourite of the human figures. So he'll come second to R2-D2 at this moment in time. Again, I think he's a little bit bulky underneath those robes, but I think the robes hide it so it doesn't look so... doesn't show as much. Anyhow, a couple of figures left in this first wave, and let's crack on, shall we? A couple of seconds. Okie dokie, so here we have C-3PO. Again, on the orange card there, Star Wars Power of the Force. C-3PO with realistic metalized body. Again, I think this is vac metal. Yeah, again, I like him, but he just seems to be out of proportion. He's got such a short body. He's got like a little pea head, skinny arms, and quite long legs. So he's out of proportion, definitely. But oh no, I was coming into this quite liking this figure, but looking at him and thinking about it properly, his head is far too small. Looks like a little pea on his head. All right, pea head. But yeah, I can't really say too much more about this figure, other than he's vac metalized, and we desperately need a vac metalized updated C-3PO in the vintage collection. So Hasbro, come on, give us that figure, please. You've done the vac metal for the retro collection. I can't see why you can't do it for the vintage collection. And I know some people have said that the vac metal will rub if there's too much movement in the joints. Possibly, I don't know. I'm not an expert on that sort of things, but it would be nice to have a decent scale C-3PO in the vintage collection. The one that they did in the vintage collection was way too small, and he looked well out of proportion, pretty much like this guy. Anyway, enough of that. Let's crack on. I'll get the next figure up. Okie dokie then. Here we have the infamous Princess Leia. Wow. This is on the Tri-Logo card. And again, this is priced for $3.99. I think that's Fennec. Was that Asda? Oh, I can't see. I haven't got my glasses. I think that's Fennec there. And I don't know. I'm not really too fussed. But it was $3.99. But yeah, what can I say about this? I have to say, when this was released, Carrie Fisher must have been so upset. This is by far one of the ugliest faced figures I think I've ever seen. It is horrendous. I'm not going to beat around the bush. She's bloody ugly. And this isn't a princess I'd like to meet. Listen, if I was a young Kylo Ren, I would have been absolutely shit scared to have joined the dark side. You could just imagine Princess Leia now, can't you? Telling him to
pack it in.
Anyhow, that's enough of that. So yeah, again, the Tri-Logo card. I don't know why she's wearing white leggings. She didn't wear white leggings. She could have done boots. They could have done a bit of flesh, but even that flesh on the leg wouldn't have taken away her ugly mug. But yeah, she's come with a blaster. Again, now I don't mind that. That could have done with being a teeny bit shorter. They've gone for length here. And you got another blaster there. And then let's just turn it round on the back. And you got the information with the other figures in this wave. So yes, Princess Leia will complete wave 1, which was released in July 1995. Give us a couple of seconds and I'll get the two figures up that make up the rest of the first 12. So 2 seconds. Okay, so here we have the Jawa 2-pack and the Tusken Raider. Now these were released in November of 1996, and these two figures came under Wave 6. Now, by this time, the figures had started getting slightly better. For example, the 2 Jawas, I don't mind them. I think they look pretty cool. They are traffic coned. There's no movement in the legs at all. It's just a joint there which moves them backwards and forwards. I'm rubbish at doing these movement reviews, so I'm not even going to go down that road. But yeah, I like these, and these are good for just like world building. These Jawas, they come with the blaster there and the little pistol there. So this is a green carded version, as you can see, with the green lightsaber. This was on eBay. Well, the orange carded version was on eBay, and it was going for silly money. And I thought, for the sake of this video, I do not want to be spending an absolute fortune, so I opted for the green card. And if we turn this green card around, you can see the rest of the figures that they had in this wave. So you had Bib Fortuna, the Gamorrean Guard, 4-LOM, Tusken Raider, as you can see there, Hammerhead, or Moin Nadine, or whatever his name was, they called him, and Bosk. Now, like I say, by this time, a year on from the release of the first wave, figures did start getting slightly better. Move on to the Tusken Raider. Again, this is on the Star Wars Power of the Force card. But what I didn't notice, and I didn't know was a thing, was the Star Wars, the colouring of the Star Wars up here. So this is like a goldy colour, and this goldy colour Star Wars writing was also found on the green card backs. Now I'll just pick up. Who shall I pick up? C-3PO. Can you see that there? So the writing here is like a silvery colour at the top and gold at the bottom. But as you can see on the writing here, it's all predominantly gold. Now, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even pay attention. A friend of mine, Mark Boba Hicks, he let me know about this. So I do have a card variant there, which is pretty cool. Yeah. I looked on eBay, or he showed me a picture on eBay, and there was a Tusken Raider, but he had his open hand here, and that was going for some money on eBay. But this is the closed. It's not closed; it's open, but you've got like a load of plastic just in here, so it doesn't go all the way through. So yeah, but other than that, yeah, these aren't too bad. Not too bad. Slightly better than the earlier waves for sure. So anyhow, that's those two. Let me get the last figure from the first original Kenner 12, and let's have a little look-ski. Okay, so here we have the Death Star Trooper, as they decided to name him, and he was released as part of Wave 19 in the second quarter of 1998. I'm sorry I couldn't be more specific. It just says second quarter of 1998, and this is a green card here, and it's got the freeze frame action slide on there, so that's not too bad. As figures go, he does look fairly decent. I don't mind that at all. By this time they really did start getting the figures looking quite decent. He hasn't got a blaster, a pistol. He's got a bloody great big blaster rifle, which is absolutely ridiculous. Why oh why did they insist on giving these characters such big bloody guns? I don't understand. That's the only thing that ruins this figure for me, is the size of that gun. They should have had the little pistol that they the modern day figures come with. Again, he's got like a certain pose, so he's bent at the elbows, he's bent at the knee there. But yeah, other than that, he doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Let's have a look at the back of the card. So there he is, look. Little bio there. And that's it. You didn't see any other... Well, not on this card back anyway. You didn't see any other figures in the wave. So yeah, that'll do for this video regarding these figures. Like I said, I can look at them now and enjoy them for what they are, and what they are is complete and utter shite. But I don't mind that. It's got a fun, nostalgic pull to it, and it's for those reasons. If I was in a shop now and I'd see these figures and a vintage collection figure or a figure from, say, like 2008, I would be picking that figure every time over this. The reason I did this video is because I had 4 of these figures anyway, so I wanted to get the other 8 figures just specifically for this video. I will be keeping these figures. I don't know if I'll be getting, well, I won't be getting any more, as in I won't be getting any more figures from that particular line. Whether or not I get the different card variations for the figures that I already have, I don't know. Is that a rabbit hole I want to go down? Not 100% sure. Some of the cards are pretty ropey, but all in all, it was a cheap line to collect, and I guess it was a fun line because these figures, I suppose, were to be played with. And yeah, anyway, that's all I can say about these figures. I mean, these are just my thoughts and opinions. Other people out there might love these, and that's okay. It's okay to like things, and it's okay to not like things. Can't like everything. But yeah, so right guys, that'll do for this. If you guys stick around, I shall give you details of the 200th subscriber giveaway. Okay then, so here we have the 5 G.I. Joe Snake Eyes movie figures that will be given away as part of the 200th subscriber draw. The draw will be taking place next Monday. So let me just show you. I briefly touched on this in the live stream I did with Scuba Pete and Bob Hanson Saturday just gone. So we've got Snake Eyes, we've got the Baroness, we've got Storm Shadow, we've got Scarlet, and we've got Akiko, if that's how you pronounce the name. Now, I will confess, this box has a slight dink in it. These have not been opened, so I've not opened these. Yeah, so basically, take away the fact the film wasn't great. These figures, I have to say, do look pretty awesome. I do like these figures, and all 3 of us agreed on the Saturday live stream that action figures shouldn't be defined by how good or bad their films are. So, but yeah, so these are the 5 figures that I will be giving away. So all you need to do to enter the draw is hit the like button on this video and leave a comment on this video. And then next Monday, I will be giving, I'll be doing the draw Monday morning. I'm on earlies next week, so it will be Monday morning. I will be doing the draw to see who wins this. And yeah, so that's it. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I'm now past 200 subscribers, so in the grand scheme of things, it's a small number, but humble beginnings. Like I say, I do this for the enjoyment of doing these videos. I do this because I've made a lot of good friends through this community, whether it be Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, whatever. The collecting community, I'm absolutely loving it, and long may that continue. Like I say, I've met a lot of people and spoken to a lot of people, and everybody that I've spoken to likes different toy lines, which is absolutely fantastic. That's awesome. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for their support. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, that will be it for this video. I think I have waffled on far too long. So all I've got left to say is, if you are new to the channel, feel free to comment, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to let you know of more content. And as always, there will be more content. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. Stay safe, take care, and I shall see you in the next video.